Maybe I'll do some programming. Probably not. I don't know.
Offerings.
Maybe I'll do some programming. Probably not. I don't know. So let's go to the radio.
Tap the screen to support what you'll be listening to next. Wherever you browse on our site, the audio continues uninterrupted.
The radio doesn't turn on.
People are coming for sale this year have been unbelievably high. The Tehran International Book Fair this year, though, was opened by President Rouhani. Has it made any difference under his administration? There has been a slight change, very slight change. Things are now easier for publishers, a bit easier. Publishers were having quite a bit of time under the reformist president Khatami 16 years ago. Now writers even are able to write about stuff that were considered redline under President Ahmadinejad's time, like the nuclear issue, the economic, the financial difficulties of people. These were considered to be quite no-go zones for writers, but now writers are writing about them. And what about other no-go areas like Iran-Israel relations? Still, Iran-Israel relations is one of the red lines. The supreme leader is a big red line. Writing about the clergies in Iran is a big red line. And I think we need more time to pass. Things are not that good, but things are getting better. Majid Shah and Anayat Shah.
So I'm going to show you what I have in mind. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, so I'm going to do some kind of joke about I was going to do hypocrisy. I think I've already done that. How about where God is bloodthirsty? That's pretty funny. Like where Moses is merciful and God is bloodthirsty. Well, this is deja vu. Anyway, how about I already did that. What else can we do? The ground eating people and getting full. I think I did a joke about that. I said, oh, I did a joke about the snake. I said, the kids wanted to feed the snake. God said, staff snake is full. Tell them. How about the ground eating people? Let's see. Well, I got it. Okay, it's not a very good joke, but it's a joke. Okay. Doesn't seem very funny. He's gonna ask to plow some fields or something. Is that the same joke I always do? Someone said Star Wars does the same thing over and over. It's really bad in Star Wars, man. It's awful. It's the same thing over and over and over. Okay. So I don't think we need to interpret. I guess it's the same joke that I always do. Oh, it's not the same joke. Some people might not appreciate this. God was talking about the littles. I'm quite mature. I take for granted when you're used to God's company, you're kind of relaxed. It was not always the case. I used to be terrified frequently and very, I don't know if the word is sheepish. I know what I can do. I can fix it. You know, if I were a rich man, Fiddler on the Roof, you can tell he's kidding a little bit. Okay, that makes it, oh, I can do an interpretation to help the littles. The littles might be pretty big. You never catch God like that. Maybe I have to explain. God wants praise. You shouldn't do a stupid God. He doesn't like a stupid God. You should make Moses stupid. Control. Okay, how are we going to find the ground opened? Is that what it was? I have to find the text. Opened. Samuel. There, I found it. I can't believe it. Oh well. Okay. Okay, how am I going to do this? Let's see. Okay, so I feel better. Okay, so now we go to the internet, we get some numbers. One, 2, 1, 9, 9. Okay. According to their armies, and the captain of the children of Reuben shall be Eliezer, the son of Shedeur. And his host, and those that were numbered thereof, were 46,500. And those which pitch by him shall be the tribe of Simeon. And the captain of the children of Simeon shall be Shelumiel, the son of Jurishadiah, and his host, and those that were numbered of them 59,300. And the tribe of Gad, the captain of the sons of Gad shall be Eliasaph, son of Roel, and his host, and those that were numbered of them were 45,650. You know what? Okay, it's mostly a dud. Sometimes even I'm mistaken. Simeon is, monkey. Gad, what was, maybe God's upset because I made him stupid. Maybe he doesn't like it. If he doesn't like it, he doesn't respond. sandwiches. 𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗥𝗨𝗣𝗧𝗘𝗗. Pitched by him. Okay, so 𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗥𝗨𝗣𝗧𝗘𝗗. I think it's a dud. It's pretty clearly. Unless God wants to. Hey. Where did that go? Oh, that's where it was. It was here. Oh no, it's gone. There was a person who might have. Oh well. Patel. We'll officially call this a dud. Well, if you didn't like it, leave him alone. No, we want. Yeah, there was a. Wow, these are a lot nicer. Did you see my old ones? Why did you give the Hittites iron? You should see what I gave the Arabs. Why did you make foreskin in the first place? That's cruel. The kids wanted to go surfing. And they wanted me to ask. Aren't these nice? Except the bush is not on fire. Someone asked what the bush was. That sucks. What am I going to do? What's the orange thing? 𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗥𝗨𝗣𝗧𝗘𝗗. Let's go to the radio.
Tap the screen to support what you'll be listening to next. Wherever you browse on our site, the audio continues uninterrupted.
Damn it. Let's go see the Pope.
He was really special. And I could play me and listen from that. But our eyes are seeing it started down. Open your heart and see. Who is it? Give it now or Blue and Digital with a PG-13. For the first time, Pope Francis denounced the ideological colonization within the Philippines in January 2015. Existen colonizaciones ideológicas. Later, during the return flight to Rome, he explained that it is to impose on the people's ideology that which is alien to their principles. Perché dico colonizzazione ideologica? Perché prendono proprio prendono il bisogno di un popolo o l'opportunità di entrare per farsi forti. Con i bambini. Ma non è una novità questa. Lo stesso hanno fatto le dittature del secolo scorso. Hanno entrato con la loro dottrina. Pensate ai Balina. Pensate alla gioventù hitleriana. Does you recall that during the last synod, African bishops denounced the ideological colonization of their continent. They said some international organizations establish aid in exchange for changes in legislation regarding the control of the population or marriage between homosexuals. What we're talking about is when countries are told, unless you pass certain legislation, you are not going to get aid from the governments of those, or the aid agencies of giving aid. If you don't have certain legislation on your books, I think was said explicitly in Kenya by President Obama. In Rome, the Pope also criticized other manifestations of ideological colonization as euthanasia or abortion. Il pensiero dominante propone a volte una falsa compasione, quella che ritiene sia un aiuto alla donna, favorire l'aborto. However, his biggest complaint was in Mexico. There, he criticized particularly hard ideologies that attack the family. Hoy en día vemos y vivimos por distintos frentes cómo la familia está siendo debilitada, cómo está siendo cuestionada, cómo se cree que es un modelo que ya pasó y terminamos siendo colonias de ideologías destructoras de la familia, del núcleo de la familia, que es la base de toda sana sociedad. He also warned of such attacks during his acclaimed speech at the UN before dozens of heads of state, where he said that if it is not recognized or a common ethic, defending the ideal of a world without war is a mirage. razón, en palabras vacías.
Okay, so, oh shit, I hit the wrong key. Uh-oh, what did he say? His head, the midst, well stored with subtle wiles, not yet in horrid shade or dismal den, nor innocent yet, but on the grassy herb, fearless, unfeared, he slept. In at his mouth the devil entered, in his brutal sense, in heart or head, possessing, soon inspired with act intelligential, but his sleep disturbed not, waiting close the approach of morn. Now when as sacred light began to dawn in Eden on the humid flowers that breathed their morning incense, when all things that breathe from the earth's great his head the midst well stored with subtle wiles, yet not yet in horrid shade or dismal den, nor nascent yet, but on the grassy herb, fearless, unfeared, he slept. In at his mouth the devil entered, in his brutal sense and heart and head possessing, soon inspired with act intelligential, but his sleep disturbed not, waiting close the approach of morn. Now when as sacred light began to dawn in Eden on the humid flowers that breathed their morning incense, when all things that breathe from the earth's great. So That barbarian's just not a strong enough word. Okay. Intelligentsia. You're too smart for your own good. You're stupid. What? How do they say that? Too much books have made you stupid. Too much learning. God likes Beverly Hillbillies. When you no longer have faith to proselytize, that's when you cross the line. If you don't have the number one religion, then you're not Christian. There's a problem if you can't say ours is number one and yours is inferior. If you can't say yours is inferior, you are not a believer. If you can't say your culture is inferior because it's not Christian, then you are not a believer. That's the reality. If you can't say, fuck you, it's not Christian, yours is inferior, then you're fucking niggers. You got a nigger culture because it's not Christian. If you can't say that, you are not a Christian. Repeat after me. Non-Christians are niggers. Inferior culture. Anyway.
Fate questo in memoria di me. Fare e anche spezzare. Questa è l'altra parola che spiega il senso del fare questo in memoria di me. Gesù si è spezzato, si spezza per noi e ci chiede di darci, di spezzarci per gli altri. Pensiamo anche a tutti i santi e le sante, famose o anonimi, che hanno spezzato se stessi, la propria vita per dare da mangiare ai fratelli. Quante mamme, quanti papà, insieme con il pane quotidiano.
I saw this one. So, Well, fuck. God said the best religion is the one with the most new vistas of understanding over a lifetime. Christianity starts with the sacraments of initiation and keeps going and going and going and going. What father gives a scorpion when his son asks for bread? For those who have ears to hear. Asking the Father is like knocking in the middle of the night. If you keep knocking, you'll get up. He'll get up. They thought Jesus was possessed by the devil. Our God is not a God of the dead, but a God of the living. Ask God if the world was perfectly just. He asked if I was
Black, white, rich, poor. It's for everybody. During the bloodiest war in American history, one Southerner led a rebellion against...
Why does this not have sound?
Tap the screen to support what you'll be listening to next. Wherever you browse on our site, the audio continues uninterrupted. That's Congressman 𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗥𝗨𝗣𝗧𝗘𝗗. Thank you and goodbye. Thank you so much. Oh, and pleasure. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's see what God says. He's an atheist. I guess I like the Chinese, but they're heathens. When the Chinese start acting supremacist, you got to give them a reality check. They're just bellicose. They're not really. They know that Christianity is superior to atheism. Everybody knows that. Let's see. So now we get God's answer. $7:20. That's the time is so you can check it. 7:20. I post. Oh shit. Uffin's drum a warning bell, sings heavy music to thy timorous soul, and mine shall ring thy dire departure out. Talbot, he fables not, I hear the enemy, out some light horsemen, and peruse their wings. O negligent and heedless discipline, how are we parked and bounded in a pale and little herd of England's timorous deer, mazed with the yelping kennels of French curs. If we be English deer, then be then in blood, not rascal-like to fall down with a pinch. How can I? I heard that the French have the best record for 2,000 years of battles. The French have the best record. But the French weren't surrender monkeys back at Shakespeare's time. Not like a rascal to fall down with a pinch. The French weren't surrender monkeys back then. On socialism, God said, pardon the French, never happy, never enough. There's a strong secular element. The French aren't the most secular, are they? No. Are the French the most secular? Who's the worst? I think it's the Norwegians. The fucking Vikings.
Статьи Дугласа Мюррея «Спектейтор» снабжает убийственными карикатурами. Вот свежая. Гигант Меркель ползет на коленях к карлику Эрдогану. Что же касается Бориса
National interest. To me, this is not an argument about Europe, yes or no. It's an argument about Britain, big and bold. That's what it's all about. And I've consistently, throughout my political life, taken the view that for all its imperfections, let's get stuck in there, change the things we don't like. But I actually think, and I said this throughout the renegotiation, the best outcome for us was for Britain to stay in a reformed European Union. So no, I've never been a closet Brexiteer. I'm absolutely passionate about getting the right result, getting this reform in Europe and remaining part of it. It's in Britain's national interest. That's what it is all about. Britain's an amazing country. You know, we can find our way, whatever the British people choose. But the question for us is not, are we a great country? Have we got a brilliant economy? Have we got talented businesses? We've got great entrepreneurs. We've got amazing universities, brilliant scientists. You know, can we go on as we have in the past, breaking new boundaries in? And that's Brian Hamill. And Brian Hamill's way on still photographer. So I became friends with him, and then 8 years later, maybe 5 years later, and then he says, you know how I talk about Woody Allen? I said, yeah, he's why I became a comedian, and he's a shooter. So he brings me to Michael's pub. I know all about what he does every month. I should have played the clarinet. So he brings me there, and he goes, I'll bring you tonight, I'll introduce you, so I'm very excited. So Woody Allen comes over, he goes, Woody, this is John Rollins. He became a comedian because of you. And Woody Allen goes, oh, I finally influenced somebody. Right. I'm like, well, I was kind of like, well, you know, I did a few of them. And I said, oh, we have someone else in common we both love. I go, Willie Mays is my idol. He goes, oh, Willie Mays. So Brian said, you want to come to this set? We're shooting some movies. So I go, and I'm talking to Woody Allen. And Brian took a picture of it. At my house, took a picture when I met him on the set. So I said, I wore glasses like him, and I had LASIK surgery, so I don't have to wear glasses anymore. But then I did. But when I said, so I said, hey, can I give some advice? And I go, well, I'm talking to Woody Allen. Woody Allen, yeah. I said, you know, I said, you influence me so much, and sometimes I'm worried, like, that people are going to think I'm imitating you. But you had that with Bob Hope, right? He goes, no, Mort Saul. I go, really? He goes, yeah, when I started doing stand-up, I said, just get rid of those Mort Saul mannerisms. Wow. And then, anyway, so I'm talking to him, so then Brian, next day, goes, hey, John. And I said, Woody, thanks for, letting me come to your set. He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, listen, anytime you want to come, just come. And I told Brian to his house. He never says that, And then I got cast in the movie, which had no title at the time, Woody Allen Fall Projects, but it became the Small Time Crooks. Right. And it was me and Michael Rappaport and Tony Dow. So, I know in that one, you were thinking about using this thick New York accent because you were kind of basing it on someone you knew that was a... Yeah, there was a guy named Cha-Cha, who was Tony owns a restaurant in the village. Yeah. These old wise guys, I think on Sirius XM, you hear him. That show's still going, cha-cha. And he talks, I remember I met him from Paulie, he cha-cha, he talks like this. Hey, kid from Pollock, how you doing? And I'm not exaggerating, he talks like this. Right. Hey, cha-cha, how's the neighbors? Oh, and blew up, they got an inflammation. And he talks like this. So I'm doing the scene with, Tony Darrow, great actor, and Michael Rappaport, and Woody Allen, and I are like this group of small-time cooks. So, well, they're all from New York. I'm from Tarzana here in LA. So I'm thinking, I want to ask Woody, I'm thinking I should do a character because I don't have a New York accent like they do. So I did a sketch on SNL in California. I talk, it's hilarious. And I talk like this, I go California, which I didn't realize I did. My friend said, what's in California? I go, what? Oh, but I'm telling them. That, anyway, so I said, I want to ask Woody Allen if I should do it or not. And, I would hear that people would do these movies and if you didn't like the performances.
I have to be careful about copyright, for one thing. And I don't think this would be a problem. Damn it. What am I doing? Space now. Oh, shit. eating on the left hand. The Arabs don't like that.
screen to support what you'll be listening to next. Wherever you browse on our site, the audio continues uninterrupted. In Syria, Libya, and in the 19 countries surveyed have been deliberate. WHO expert Rick Brennan says attacks against health workers have a devastating impact on communities. Wall Street futures are higher this morning. I'm Dave Mattingly, NPR News in Washington. Idaho, the comedy musical, is debuting at the Smith Center. Not your grandmother's prairie musical. Idaho is irreverent, fresh, and yes, there are potatoes. Join Nevada Public Radio Wednesday, July 6th for the very first preview performance of Idaho, with 100% of your ticket price benefiting the radio you love. The online box office is open now at knpr.org. 210 pairs of tickets remain for this show, so head to knpr.org now before they're gone. It's 5:44. Today's President's Circle sponsors are Chris and Anita Murray, celebrating Opera Las Vegas and its upcoming production of Carmen, June 10th and 12th, at the Judy Bailey Theater on the UNLV campus. Performances feature Metropolitan Opera stars, chorus and dancers, live orchestra, and full staging. Details at 702-895-2787. Support also comes from Creole Printing, today's Nevada Public Radio Leadership Circle sponsor, in recognition of the Meadows School and its graduates from the class of 2016. The 60 seniors continued the school's traditional of all students going on to four-year colleges. Creole and the Meadows say, congratulations on your accomplishments and